The Upper Iowa Conference Wrestling meet will be this Friday in Monona, and here to preview it, North Fayette Valley head coach Jacob Pedersen. And Jake, this is the part of the season where you're reaching that point that you've been working for all season long. Got the postseason really starting with the conference meet this weekend, then sectionals and districts after that. As for the entire climb of the season itself, how has that climb gone for your squad?
Well, the climb is good because we're climbing at the right time. We've had a lot of difficulties throughout the year with injuries and bugs and all that type of stuff for everybody to kind of basically get back at full strength. And we are kind of getting to that point at the right time. I would say we started getting really healthy last week. So definitely Friday, I think that climb that you're saying is definitely to be true. Hopefully we can continue to keep that bug out of our wrestling room.
And when you look at the season, I know you have some struggles with injuries, maybe some results that don't go your way, those bugs, which is a common occurrence, has been in wrestling, and the way the world's been, it's been a common occurrence in the world the last couple of years. How patient do you have to be, knowing the fact that this is when everything really matters?
Yeah, it's really, you really got to be patient. I know stressing to the team, that's one thing that we always talk about, is it is a very long wrestling season. Our goal is to be on the top of the end of the, or at the end of the year. I know I always talk about the first couple tournaments of the year and say, does anybody remember winning this tournament or that tournament or winning this dual match, or do they remember what they did at conference or what they did at the state tournament? So that's the type of kind of sales job I do for my kids at the beginning of the year to the end of the year type thing.
And as that, from a philosophical standpoint, since you started coaching, have you evolved on that end of things? I know you're a competitive guy and you want success every time for your kids, every time out on the mat. But from a philosophical standpoint, have you evolved as a coach related to that?
I would definitely say I have evolved. I would say first 2-3 years, I wanted to win everything. But I guess once you start kind of getting some of those wins as a coach, you win your first kind of tournament, you win so many duels, you get the kids to where they want to be, that type of stuff over the years, you kind of start seeing the real full picture. And yeah, I would say it definitely kind of changes the way I think as a coach. And I know kids at every single time they hit the mat, they want to win, but that always doesn't happen. There's always got to be a winner and there always got to be a loser. So you got to talk to those points about those and talk about the bigger picture and type of stuff.
As for the group that's been in the room from day number one, what has pleased you the most about this group collectively?
Oh, being positive, being there every day. Those are the couple things. I've had a couple kids out since very first term of the year at Independence. They got hurt on Friday night, and so Caden Kerr would be one of them. He has not missed a practice, but he hasn't been able to practice since about a week and a half ago. So those type of things. When one of those kids gets hurt, they're still committed. They're still there every day. They're still picking up that knowledge. They're still actually. I had a kick Caden out of practice, not out of practice, but out of trying to help someone do something. And then it's like, you're not cleared yet, bud. But you can just tell that he wanted to get back into the room and he was feeling healthy, that type of thing. But it's like, not just yet, bud.
And as for the things that you're looking to focus on, looking to improve on, starting with this Friday night in Monona, is there anything collectively on that list, or is it pretty much individual by individual at this point in the season?
We've had a lot of things we've been working on as a team. I mean, obviously, a lot of stuff from neutral, bottom, and on top, that type of thing, kind of like what we always kind of work on. I feel pretty solid that going into Friday and into the rest of the postseason, that's solidified. As of right now, I would definitely say individual is what we got to look at. And it's just not our individuals, it's who we're going to be wrestling here this Friday and going into, say, sectionals of what do we got to do to beat this person or slow down this person to give us some in some matches a chance, or what certain moves that we got to really work on to maybe hit or make sure we hit, or basically if we don't do it correctly, what kind of trouble we can get in from it. So I mean, there's all kinds of perspectives, but it's definitely individualized more at this point.
And I know you're in a unique position when it comes to the Upper Iowa Conference. A lot of these schools will be seeing the same guys in a week at a sectional tournament. You guys will be at a different class and a different sectional. Do you approach the conference tournament any different because of that, or is that just a silly media talking point by me?
No, it is definitely something that we've always talked about as a staff, and jokingly with other coaches in the Upper Iowa Conference of how they're having the conference tournament twice without us. But it's definitely a different approach. I mean, for me, it's really no different approach other to any other different tournament. But I know if you're talking Southwind or MFL or a bunch of those other teams, they're probably looking at it a little different because they got to coach their kids up to possibly beat a kid through. I mean, well, Friday night they got to coach them up to win, and possibly two more times to get to the state tournament.
And heading into Friday night, what are your expectations? What are your goals for your squad?
We're gonna shoot for the sky. We want to come home with a Upper Iowa Conference team title. I mean, it's gonna be tough. Southwind, Coach Ellsburn's doing a great job over there, and Coach Bachman at MFL. They've put together two solid teams right there. I mean, and there's a couple other teams like Postville that has a full lineup that could score a lot of points. But I mean, I feel pretty good about our team. We got a couple holes. That's all right. But I know I have some horses in my lineup. I know what they're capable of doing, and if they wrestle to their capabilities, I feel like we could possibly sneak something out.
And when you look at this tournament being on a Friday, it was that way last year due to weather. You liked it so well that you decided to keep it as a conference, a group of coaches this year. How does that change your week of practice and preparation for this? And I know you had a cancellation last night. How does that throw some wrinkles into what you were trying to do this week?
Definitely a few wrinkles because obviously we come back from the weekend, and Monday was going to be more of a make weight kind of practice, kind of work on those small little things individual wise, trying to get each person kind of ready for that dual meet on Tuesday. But then obviously when that got canceled, I mean, we didn't find out until the day of. That definitely changed our Tuesday wise because obviously we're going to go compete. So basically to keep kind of that fun atmosphere a little bit. I mean, it was a relaxing practice. Started out with a little dodgeball with the guys and just to get that warm up type thing in. Then I don't know. It was one of those things. Tuesday we're supposed to wrestle 3 matches, so we kind of created that in our own wrestling room where we had a little fun, played that dodgeball, and we got our warm up like we normally would at any tournament. And then we got 3 matches in like we would and went from there. We had a short practice last night to kind of duplicate what it was going to be like last night that we missed.
Who won dodgeball, or is that information confidential?
It's pretty confidential. It's pretty heated. There's some words that get exchanged in that.
All right, Jake, we appreciate taking some time updating you on your season. And we wish you best of luck as the championship season starts Friday night over in Monona.
Thank you.
Jake Pedersen, head coach of the North Fayette Valley Tiger Hawks, the Upper Iowa Conference tournament coming up Friday night.